You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Sometimes I just get angry when I see somebody watch an ex-man achievement and declare that was easy. They don't see all the struggle and all the failure. They quickly form allegiance to toast the winner. But in this life, there's a truth, and every tree you see have a root. And it's from way below the surface you bring up your food. Now Thomas Edison, the light bulb inventor, this 2,000 times he failed before the bulb could light. And when he reached age 67, a fire cost him 2 million. That's when the studio burned to the ground one December night. But he stood strong, faithful to his craft, and 3 weeks later released his first phonograph. You see, he had the stuff great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. I say he had the stuff great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Okay, Shaki. They say that pressure, it does make diamonds out of rock. And it's the same with the human character. When our dreams are dumbstruck in a jail, 2 men looking out through the same bars. One will fail, cause he see mud while the other sees stars. You see, while pressure humbles the meek, it strengthens who earnestly seek. It's the barometer that measures the strong and the weak. Because Martin Luther and South Africa Nelson Mandela, the darkness in their jail cell couldn't dim their lights. And civil rights advocacies only fuel more energies. For the more injustice rages, the more they fight. And for 27 years, Nelson Mandela suffered. And from jail became president of South Africa. You see, Nelson had a stuff that great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Potential, I say he had the stuff that great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface.
This is Caribbean Vibes. This is Caribbean Vibes.
Check any success story take anyone you wish, and you'll see the road is often littered with blocks and rubbish. But as you clear one hurdle, you will meet another. And as you lift one burden, you'll hit an next gutter. You see, while your progress is slow, your determination must grow. Just affirm and confess the success you already know. Don't you know Elvis Presley was fired by Jimmy Denny? After just one show, he was told, go back and drive truck. And the great Beethoven of music, imagine he was deaf at 46, but that's when he produced his greatest musical stuff. And the great Caruso stood firm by his choice, although his teacher told him you can sing and you have no voice. But he had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Oh, he had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. Yeah, Shaki. As a nation, we will do well to train our young, not to adopt a luck and chance approach or a gaming disposition. For they will dream of easy money and sweet tomorrow from a get-rich scheme with a 1 in 100,000 ratio. We need to teach foundations of truth. Trees that send down good roots, not parasites that sucks at little gut fruits. Don't you know, Basdale Pandit walked so many miles barefoot to school, land in England with $6 to take his luck horse. And after Napoleon Airman Robinson, imagine he was shot and in prison. Half blind and dying, he said attack with full force. For such men with belly, leadership was meant. No wonder they're prime minister and president. You see, they had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface. I say they had the stuff. Great men are made of. It's the stuff you could miss unless you look below the surface.
It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover. Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we send the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you know we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you get in, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, WZYE TV on YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
That's the resident poet, Dr. Love Rennie Muhammad. Yeah? Of course, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You know that, ladies and gentlemen, we do mean that. We absolutely do mean that. And that is our good friend there, Caribbean.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station. We're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
Ladies and gentlemen, something that we actually really and truly do mean, we actually do mean that, folks. And you know, whenever you come into the village, people, whenever you come into the village, this is what we bring on a daily basis. This is what we bring.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we bring in the fire. We bring in the fire on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen. We'll bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. We don't just say it, ladies and gentlemen. We put that in words for you, the people that listen to us here on WZYE 95.9 FM. So take a listen to what we say. We don't just say it, people, we mean it.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We actually do mean that. Let me bring in my pal, the young man himself, the one and only one, the man better known as Uncle Tommy. Tommy, happy Juneteenth, boy.
Same to you, my brother. Happy Juneteenth and happy Labor Day too.
Yeah, happy Labor Day. You know, I think Labor Day came out of Juneteenth, you know. You don't think so?
No, Labor Day was being celebrated before we started celebrating Juneteenth.
You know, Juneteenth came out of slavery, right?
Yeah, that was the official date when they brought the news.
But let's do this. Let's do this. No, what we will do at the top of the hour, after the top of the hour, we'll give people who don't live in the United States of America a little history about Juneteenth. Because I think it's very important that we have Labor Day. And when you talk about Labor Day and you listen to what Juneteenth is all about, there is some similarities between the both of them. Right? But Tommy, how was your day?
Well, so far it was quite good. How was your day?
Today was another splendiferous day. I can't complain. Today was a good, fantabulous, marvelous, tremendous day. But Tommy, wait now, boy. You know, hold on. Okay. I know. I was looking at something there. I say, wait, Tommy, boy. Tommy, you know who was first? I'll put him up on the screen.
Khan?
Yeah, Dane Khan, boy. You know what time the man come in? You know, I put it up. I also put it up early this morning because I also go and get my
9:57 a.m.
Yeah, I had to go and get my braces fixed. Right? I feel like still rubbing on my gum, you know. I had to go and get my braces adjusted. Right? And I say, you know what? Let me do this thing before I go. And then when I leave, they had to go and practice. You understand? So the appointment was 11 o'clock.
Yeah. You did the paper. You did the links early.
Yeah. I do it. I get out of the way real early. Boy, Dane, boy, congratulations, boy. Dane lick up everybody this morning. Dane, you lick them up, boy. That is song that fella sing. Baron, he lick she. You remember that song?
You remember that? That was so long ago.
Well, you remember it though?
Of course I do. It was a big hit back then.
Yeah, that was a big hit, boy. You lick she. Yeah. Then you lick them, boy. Then you lick them, boy. You lick them. Yeah, you get them. You get them, boy. Then you get them. Santi Maniti. Good evening, Professor Walsh and Uncle Tommy and all WZYE. You want to say good evening in the morning, you know. Then you're good, boy. You're good, then. Look now. Volsan come 11:15 a.m. Vol, VS, you was, you know, you went to the Olympics and you start late. Put it that way, Tommy. You got a late start.
You started early, but there was an earlier starter.
Correct is right. You know when you're running like 100 meters, some people just got better start than other people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't get a better start than VS. VS start was kind of slow. Yeah. Mr. Intellectual was in at 2:05, yes? Blessed afternoon, Dean and Vol. You guys got the real. Oh, good. Hey. Look, even Caribbean Soul get a late start. 2:20. Yeah. Yeah, well,
for a show that starts at 7 o'clock, that's early.
No, Tommy, you're trying to be generous or what? If a man come in 9:57 and a fella come in 2:20, that's like going to the Olympics and you miss the start and the gun done gone off already, and then you talk and you say, well, I didn't know the race was gonna be so early. Yeah, Caribbean so yeah. But he's still in it. Good afternoon, WZYE TV and listeners. Vindra, welcome. Good evening to you. Tommy, for the first time in the history of me being involved in politics, right? For all the time I was home, I watched the Parliament channel.
Good for you.
And hear what that reminds me of, Tommy. It's like, you know, these speakers talk about, you know, it has allowed members to have a run up. But you don't want them to have a long run up like Michael Holden. You understand? You want them to have a short run up, and this is me now, like Jack Noriega or Inshan Ali or Lance Gibb. Right? That short run up. When I watch the Parliament today, Tommy, it like reminds me of the West Indies playing England, or the West Indies playing South Africa, or the West Indies playing Australia. It's like Australia, South Africa, and England does disadvantage the West Indies now. And the PNM in opposition now is like the West Indies. They ain't no good fast bowlers. They ain't no good openers. They ain't no good wicket keeper. They're not nothing good. Because, you know, Khadija Amin, MP Khadija Amin, the Minister of Local Development, she hit Penelope Weak Beckles for 10 in one ball, you know. You know you could do that, Tommy?
Well, it's something new every day you learn.
No, you can hit somebody for 10 in one ball.
I thought it was 6.
No, well, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, your ball or no ball, I hit it for 6. And you get a next ball, right?
Right? You hit a 4. And you hit a 4.
And you hit a 4. Khadija was in form, boy. I think Khadija hit 8 sixes in that speech, and it was only 6 balls.
I find her impressive lately, for sure.
Huh?
I said I find her impressive lately.
No, Tommy, I'll be honest with you. We have interviewed Khadija Amin here.
That's right.
And she was always on the button. She was always, she ready. Man, oh, I feel sorry for Penelope Weak Beckles. I feel sorry for she. And when Khadija Amin talk about where she gone, she missing again, them could never ever say where Kamala Prasad Besessa. Right? Because the opposition leader missing in action, MIAAA. Yeah? Well, let me go back to the chat. We go get back to that one. Vindra, welcome. Welcome to you. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome. Good night, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, yeah. Good night to my friends in the village. Yeah. Hey, look, Keisha back, boy. Keisha, how are you? Good night, everyone in the village. I one of the loyalists, you know. To Keisha,
hey, Kish.
Yeah, nice to see you, man. Yeah, Mr. Intellectual, we didn't forget it. Blessed evening, people. Remember, our target for this month is 20,000 subscribers. Like and share. Yeah, like and share, folks. Like and share. We currently at, oh, yeah, boy. I will tell you where we at, eh?
Which 18,000 yet?
Let me see where we at. We at 17,086. And Mr. Florida giving us the score. We playing Haiti, the score is 0-0. That is in the Gold Cup. The CONCACAF Gold Cup. Yeah. So Trinidad lost to the US the other day 5-0.
What? That was sad.
Yeah, but that was like that was like, you know what I was what I was like, Tommy? That was watching the government, the UNC government, and the PNM in Parliament. And the UNC was the USA, right? And the opposition was Trinidad and Tobago. I'm telling you. Yes, Ram Narayan, good afternoon, good evening to you as well. Yeah, Mr. Intellectual, the Fourth Estate continues to fail TNT. But, you know, so much come out of that media budget review, Tommy, why? So much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was reading.
You know, I want to ask the question to the people. What were your 3 takeaways from that media budget? Put it in the chat. What were your 3 takeaways to that media budget? Ram Narayan, welcome.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Education and PNM government.
Nayan Gatsby Dolly.
Well, I think she was an education minister for different thing, not education.
No. She was the Minister of Miseducation.
But that is what happened because I listened to that thing yesterday, and she asked the same question 40 times.
Yeah.
So she losing it. You know, she gone. How she got be a minister of education when she don't have any education herself?
Yeah.
Huh?
She have a doctorate. I understand or not? Does she have a doctorate?
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think she's Dr. Nayan Gatsby
She have a
Dolly.
doctorate?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Nayan Gatsby Dolly?
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Wall Street?
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Doctorate in what? Doctorate in what?
I know. I don't know what she gets.
I'm lying on the red couch.
Oh
my God! Hey, these people are jokers.
Yeah.
You know, the next time he said he forget but he forget the case dismissed.
Boy.
Oh my God! Yeah. Where these people really come from?
Yeah, I tell you, they like the West Indies again, licks all over the place. Even Ireland beating them. They like
and these people don't understand that they sound so bad, especially this Marvin Gonzalez. Yeah. He's talking about the Minister National Security. How he's coming and talking. What are these guys at all? Are they for real?
I mean, I think they are. You know?
Yeah, but they're not for real at all. Yeah. Everyone is missteps.
Yeah.
Everyone of them are missteps. And yeah, what should you take care of later?
Yeah, man, bless. Yeah. I mean, it is unbelievable that we, you know, Tommy, you always want opposition that could not oppose for opposing sake, but you want intelligent questions. You know what I mean? You want questions where people have to think about it. You don't want asking the same question 10 times from 4 or 5 different people. And we are fortunate that we have a speaker of the House. Finally, Tommy, we have a real speaker of the House. You understand? Because if he believes the government is not following the rules, He stated and he imposed it. Right? It so happened that the opposition doesn't follow the rules because in the past 10 years, they didn't have to follow the rules because of Bridget Anna said George. But as Duke says in his song, the whole thing changed up. It's now a democracy. It's not a democracy. Because for the last 10 years, we didn't have a democracy in the parliament. We had a democracy.
And what has happened is that the red crew feel that they could still get away with garbage.
Yeah. Correct. Here we go. So let me just give you guys. We already had promises 1 and 2 delivered, right? Let me get that. Promises 1 and 2 have been delivered, right? Hold on. Let me get this here. Let me get this. Promises 1 and 2 have been delivered, right? Let me see something. Do I have it here? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So we had the Children Life Fund. Let me see if I could remove myself from here. No. We had the Children Life Fund and we had scrapping the TTRA. Right, Tommy? Promises 1 and 2 delivered, right? Okay. So let me talk about promises. And I'm going to put this up just now. Promises 3 delivered. Focus on crime. New top cop approved. Right? Promises number 3. Promise number 4. WASA report scrapped. Promise number 4. Promise number 5. Delivery for every child. Promise kept. Right? 159 million for school repairs. Laptop for secondary students from September 2025. And book grants to return. Yeah? Promises number 3, 4, and 5. Delivered. Delivered. All you? Here now. That was telling all you. It's like when you're going to the parliament, it's a bunch of amateurs sitting down on the opposition bench against a bunch of professionals sitting on the government side. And the temerity of Stuart Smallpin Young, boy, John Germany is our boss, you know. And we go play them videos. That Tommy boy is just so much, boy.
Oh,
I think this is the first time, Tommy, that my inbox was flooded with all kind of information. It was flooded, really. But we want to get to as much of those information as possible that we could get to tonight, because that mid-year budget, it showed you that it's amateurs against professionals. And that's what it is. Miss Santa Cruz, welcome.
Hello?
Miss Santa Cruz, you're inside.
Good night, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and to everybody out there.
Good night.
Same to you.
Wall Street, the first person I want to deal with is Gatsby Dolly. First to begin, I don't know who dressing that lady. I don't know. Like they put this big piece of blue ribbon around her neck for her to get malju. And either it was choking her or it was affecting her thinking. She came here, and as you all were saying all the time, with repeating herself. But one of the things that had me sitting up and listening, this lady said that PNM built 21 schools and repaired several others.
Yeah.
I want a map. Now, she telling us she built 21. Patricia Reid used to come and tell us they built 30, but they couldn't tell you where the schools were. They could not tell you where these schools were. And she keep repeating herself over and over. Like that is what they intend to do. That is what they intend to do for the next 5 years. Right? The next one was been man in that some nonsense. He was talking about SIS and corruption or whatever. They have no shame to talk about corruption. Here the amount of money that was paid to those PNM lawyers.
The golf and the
billions. And you know what is
and the golf course. You gotta go golfing.
yeah.
You gotta be a golfer.
Golfing.
Yeah, you gotta go golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have to go Golf City too.
Yeah,
Golf City.
yeah. You gotta be a golfer who could go to Golf City. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the golfing partners and them, they get up. He want to talk about his the friends avoiding taxation. Who has, of course.
Yeah.
That is what the speaker pulled them up for too, about who avoiding taxes. Didn't we see recently how many PNMIs, including Chinese laundry, owing so much money, millions in taxes to the government?
Yep.
That was no UNC friends. But they're coming to talk, he coming to point his dirty fingers at people. And talking about they were getting $10 billion from the TTRA. It reminds me of when they had the tax amnesty. Faris came and told us that they will collect 22 billion. But had to come and say he don't know where he get that figure from. So I waited to hear Imbat say he don't know where Buddha, the laughing Buddha, getting that figure from. I don't know, like they just intend to come there and lie their way through Parliament. And the next disrespectful one is that Stuart Young. The man sure that he has not learned from the last time what he did in Parliament. But I want to say this tonight about the speaker. Yes, you give him some song and praises tonight. But I want to knock him. You know why? Because I think he should be a little more assertive with the PNM. You want to tell me everybody's telling you what Stuart Young said. You could, okay, fine. You will listen to the clerk. You were talking to the clerk. You could have said, you will pull the tape and see what it is.
I agree with that. Mr. Santa Cruz, that is one thing I thought. I thought that he would have actually said that. You know what? Let me go and listen to the tape.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Pull the tape and hear what it is said. You're telling them if you say it, it's either you withdraw or you apologize. He did nothing. And everybody heard it. Even when with the caption, you will see it on the caption. The newspapers printed it. And yet still he did nothing about it. Right? That's one for them. Now, and next one, when Khadijah was talking about double palm. And this is not the first time they're talking about double palm. Is that the kind of conversation that they want to have in Parliament? And he did not say anything about it. He should have made the person apologize.
But Mr. Santa Cruz, you gotta give him a little, listen to this, you gotta give him a little leeway.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him once, I give him twice. Okay, I tried to give him a third time. Right? I tried to give him a third time. But he did it once too often yesterday, man. Once too often.
No, but
Adi said, George, although we never liked her behavior, right? She pressured the then opposition. I am not telling you to pressure these people unnecessarily, but pull them up. Pull them up. And I did not like what he told Wayne Sturge. Because when Wayne Sturge was trying to explain how it is Faris, by extension, Faris owned that building. He said, no, we weren't going to the legal aspect of it. And okay, we'll still move on. Okay, you cannot be doing that because you never see the PNM do that. I don't know. I say this. I don't know if you try to find favors with them.
No.
But they ain't gonna like you.
No, he ain't trying to find no favors with them. No.
They still ain't gonna like it because they were beating it up and down social media. What it is that happened before. he was freed by the Privy Council. And the next one I want to deal with is Weak Belly Penny. She coming to tell the government that what they honeymoon over. But 7 months and 28 days honeymoon. And we not no shame, Penelope, to come and tell our government that the honeymoon over. She forget that as soon as they got in there, they had to go out and clean rivers and drains, I think which the PNM didn't do.
Yeah.
She forget that. What honeymoon she talking about? But what really PO'd me is when, and that is another one what he should have made her apologize to Barry for. Telling, shaking her finger at Barry and telling her, you don't tell me what to do. I could talk and say what I want anytime I want, and I could read if I want. No, that is not it. Why she didn't shake her finger at Rowley and tell her, you can't tell me to vote for Stuart Young. You can't tell me what to do. Why she didn't do that? She both for the speaker, and you see where I was coming at, what I was saying, Wall Street.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, this is the third one. Let us see what is going to happen on Monday.
All right.
He cannot continue doing that.
All right.
He can't continue doing that.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
So take care and have a good night.
All right. Defender.
That's at night, Uncle Tommy and
Defender. I was supposed to understand. What's your 3 takeaways from that media budget review? Give me your 3 takeaways from the media budget review. Then you can make a contribution. What is your 3 takeaways?
Well, I was coming with my 2 already, so
go ahead.
So I better start my contribution. So one of my big observations, and the public have to be put on notice, is the opposition blowing a dog whistle as if the UNC carried that budget deficit that high. And we need to speak about that and bring that as a conversation. Right now, it's supplementing for under budgeting that the government did for the last, I think, 3 more months remaining in the fiscal year. And they make it sound like if the UNC did that budget. And that is something which that bothers me a lot. Because they keep coming and asking the government, why you want this and why you want that and why you want it. Well, shit. All ministries was out of funds when the government went in.
Correct.
All. So we need to push that conversation, because what I can guarantee you, the go along get along game.
Yeah.
Believe that this government do this deficit. That's what I was real. When she listening to the PNM in opposition, literally getting sick and feeling upset. And that we need to really take a serious conversation about, because they're kind of overdoing it now. And 2, what I want to speak about also is Brian Manning.
Why?
Brian Manning is a disgrace.
Why? Hey, Defender. I listening to the Parliamentary, and I hear Brian Manning say Trinidad and Tobago have one of the highest investment grade ranking in the Caribbean. The only. And I say, well, wait, I do the editorial one time, and the man lie.
Well, shit.
Boy?
That was bad, eh? That was bad, eh? But you know what's worse to me?
Yeah.
When the People's Partnership left government, they left the import of 12 months import, right?
Yeah.
Food import. Right now we are 8 months import, right?
Yeah.
As we speak. Well, shit, I can never believe in a million years Brian Manning was going to step up and say the threshold in the Caribbean is 6 months, so we have 8. Watch it really.
That fella, he bad boy. I don't know. Well, I know he was. Listen, this is not the first time he get fact check, you know. Brian Manning came to the people and tell the people, when the property tax was 2.7%, that Trinidad and Tobago have one of the lowest property tax in the Western Hemisphere. And I said, well, what are you talking about? In New Jersey here, right?
Rashid, what are this, sir? What are this?
Yeah.
When you coin the phrase, spaghetti thing, right? I
Yeah.
didn't understand it till I listened to Brian Manning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that phrase.
The spaghetti theory, them fellas just throw things up on the wall and see what will stick.
Either that or you ignore.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Either that or you just don't know better.
You think you don't know better, Tommy?
I really believe he uses this spaghetti theory, Uncle Tommy. I really believe he uses this spaghetti theory. Trust me. But he's supposed to know better.
He's supposed to know better. Yeah, he's supposed to know better.
Supposed to know better. He was the finance and what
See, when you're lazy, you don't do your research, you know.
Kamala know he wasn't he said Kamala know he was incompetent, so she put somebody in the ministry. So why only put you in the ministry with the member?
Yeah.
Them sick of us watching what's not highlight them and listen to them.
Yeah.
It's like that wasn't for why now. But anyway, I see you going to the break. I'll come back in. I have one more point to make.
Yeah, man. Bless. Ross, you have a minute before we go for the break. Ross.
All right, good night, Tommy. Good
yeah, you have a minute before we go for the break.
Good night.
All right, I'll call back.
All right, good. Tommy, look who you remember Claudia?
Yes.
That is the same Claudia Morales?
Has to be.
That is the same. Hey, Claudia, where you been? Wait, Claudia, no long we see Claudia from Claudia, right? Claudia, welcome back. You see why people
welcome back to the village.
Yeah, they just leave, but they don't really leave, you know. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Khadija, amen, boy. I think I'd call. We had to get Khadija amen in here, boy. Khadija real good, boy. I ain't gonna lie, boy. She real good, boy. She good in Parliament. She good outside of Parliament. As soon as Parliament finished, during the weather storm, they told me she was out in the field, you know.
She has grown rapidly in the political arena.
Yeah, boy. She real good. She get real good. I ain't lying, boy. Well, no, she was always good, eh?
She got better.
Yeah. She now she gained the opportunity to shine. Because when you're in Parliament, you know you do that. Vishnu, a pleasant good night. Mr. Washington and Uncle Tommy, I totally agree with Santa Cruz. Folks, we're gonna take that break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. Remember, share the live. Let's get the numbers up.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE. We originate, not imitate.
Of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as soon as you get in, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. Share the live.
Ross, welcome. Ross.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Turn on your computer or your radio, whichever one.
Yeah. Right, you hear me now, right?
Yeah.
All right. And Slim, three things I take away from that discussion in Parliament there yesterday. One, the woman was getting on like Jagabat. Two,
which woman?
The men and them was getting on like ladies at the night on Boris Street looking for customer. And three, I find the Speaker of the House too soft. When this 1 month Prime Minister called the Attorney General Dunce, he should have and was asked to retract the statement if he wants or apologize, and he refused. He should have get put out of the house immediately. Immediately should have get put out of the house, right?
Yeah.
And he always doing them stupidness and always getting off. Another problem I have with the Speaker, when people making a contribution and they're swinging left, don't prompt them on how to phrase question and just like alternative way to get the same answer. Don't do that. That is not your job. That is another thing I don't like with the Speaker. And the PNM, the more they talk, the more hatred they get in from the population out here because they're asking stupid questions, they're talking stupidness, and we just hating them more, especially from people who we are supposed to be in Parliament. And one of the biggest embarrassments that had with that debate on the opposition side was Manning's son.
Yeah.
And the question they're asking the government, like if the government in office for the 9.5 years and had the country in the position it's in, and you keep asking, especially Manning's son, keep asking about where the money coming from, Don't ask me where the money coming from. We want to know where the money gone. Tell me where the money gone. Let me know about that. And coming on they didn't give the people a little chance to get in office. The people now investigating things and a set of things coming up. But only one thing in 2 weeks time. And this jagabat for education, talking about if you're getting things in 2 weeks and all kind of thing, all you're not in no position to call no shots. If we have a new party in office, they have to take time, scrutinize and see what is what, who do what, who and when, and get the act together and do things. They're not how much weeks they in office, just a matter of about for 6 or 7 weeks they in office. All they want ham, lamb, and jam. Another problem I have too, and Slim, they're talking about like they have a problem with paying the ministers and them in government the back pay, the increase in pay where we go with the bag.
Yeah.
Like they increase, like I know like they ain't get money yet, so like they're having a problem to pay them that. I want to tell UNC, whatever money all you're entitled to, take it. Right? You see how selfish and greedy it is? Why them not get increase and get back pay? Right? And another man gone with the bag. That's to tell you how wicked and corrupt it is. And all you're telling this new government or putting it to them that if they take the money that is allotted to them, that they're wrong. No, not at all. Take the money. And this John C. Head one, this baby Hawkwai, or whatever you just call them want to be Chinese. Play telling the Attorney General, but he done that same Attorney General take just same PNM out of a lot of scrape already. As a matter of fact, I think he still have going on with Dupree and them. Right? You calling he don't see, you can step in his shoe. Oh yeah, but Penelope, I have a little mercy on Penelope because she had to do what she had to do, and you know she had to shine. So she had to do what she had to do and talk them things that she talk. But in her heart, I don't feel she mean them words. In her heart, I feel she's doing that because of the position she hold, and let me just respect the lady and give her a chance to. But in
always. Yeah. What kind of roundabout talk you talking? They give she a chance. She had 10 years there and she was quiet. We go give she a chance. We no bingo, you know. You need a bingo? Yeah.
Look like we lost Anselm. We have lost Anselm. But the show goes on. Let me play a voice.
Or no ear that listening. Right now the population don't want to hear them, and the more they talk, the more hatred we hating them because they're talking dotishness and they're asking dotishness. Right now we don't want to hear nothing about them. We already looking at this government too. We're not like it's not 1958 and 1960 thinking, you know. We also watching this government and helping them to do the right thing because we want a proper government in place. But if the swinging left, the same licks where PNM get the same licks, they'll get it. Because right now we're looking for a third party just in case. We ain't playing them on 1958 politics. We not on them. Imagine I ask them to give a greeting for the Labor Day celebration thing today. And they're talking like if they're campaigning, the speaker had to caution them and all. Watch now, they're making this parliament like a circus now, like you know, like a Coney Island something. They didn't realize how serious this population is, you know. And you see that we're going on with them. They get telling themselves they had their hands on the grip on the ground, and that was long time thing. This is 2025. All you're thinking backward. We not on them tripping us no more. You can't no more in this present day talk, but you go put a Bizeta and a Crapo and we go still vote for them. Them days gone. The people who couldn't vote in them time could vote now. And the trippiness that we grandparents and great grand took in earlier time. This generation not on that. And same you see them making inroad, you see UNC making inroad in Lamanti, you see almost 1,000 votes they get in Lamanti.
Yeah.
They ain't lost the seat up there yet, but the time will come when they continue with the rhetoric and the dotishness that they will lose that seat too, you know. They will lose that seat too. So let them go ahead with the choppiness. And Mr. Speaker, you see that dotishness children don't be playing sainty and they want to be in a good grace. We didn't put you there for that. Right? The things that they used to get away with when the other speaker was there, it's the same thing we should be holding them to here. Nobody ain't supposed to be calling nobody dunce and all them kind of thing in parliament. Put them out.
All right,
George Young have no right to be in cabinet today. Right now we should be on some kind of suspension. But anyway,
all right.
We watching both sides.
Cool.
And we be backing the Prime Minister and be behind the government right now. Right now they make no misstep yet. And I'm willing to wait until they get their act together and put thing. And in the meantime, we had to clean up the mess with PNM make there. We had to clean that up, and it might take some time.
All right.
So Trinidad, just have patience and don't listen to these bubblehead dollies, dashboard dollies on the other side.
All right.
Bless night.
Yeah, man. Bitcoin, welcome.
Hey,
Bitcoin.
Professor Wall Street. Good night.
Good night.
good night, Bitcoin.
Professor Wall
Uh,
Street.
yeah.
Brian Manning trying to influence the century. Because this man is finance, right? And he come and bring an erroneous statement yesterday and say somebody told me, that they're taking money from the HSF fund.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're taking money, That idiot don't understand if you have to take any money from the HSF fund, the Ministry of Finance have to make what you say, they have to attempt to talk to the central bank governor then to allocate the money to remove from the HSF fund in order to get it. He just can't go and take all the money just like that. It had to come before the parliament and the people have to be informed about that. They just can't take all the money. This is the kind of thing that was email gate part one started, And this stupid petition for that source of funds to be removed from the HSF. They just can't go and so and take it over the field. Is a city bank? Is a mortgage or something? They're going to take our money? Listen, the speaker too soft. I'm too soft. He feeling a law. He feeling a judge presiding over a case. Then PNM, when the time they get on like that, and like what you say, hyenas in the African jungle like they get on there. He's supposed to put them down because you see the kind of rhetoric they come in with. First they come with this race talk. This man bust out a big effort in Parliament. The MP for I think it's Parliamentary West. The effort now was come out of him, but they get hear it. It's just the cater to pronounce the word. Yeah, and he get away with that. And then they come in and maligning all kind of stupid statement. He can't hear. We need a hearing aid. Now I mean say nothing come up with he That is the wrong man for that work.
Nah. No, he listen. But he way better than Bridget Anna said, George. He way better.
Yeah. The fake passport in playing so you say no, man. You need to know the MP and then people and them. Now they're not getting chance to talk. I want to know if he ever see what George used to do. It don't qualify and understand in order. You have to apply and understand in order. That she's to tell him, she to tell them that. You can bring an understanding of that X or Y or Z, all kind of foolish structures to hit them. But I'm waiting on watching on he because he had to get his clean out. A lot of things going on there, and he ain't taking the appropriate action on them, right? Especially from them PNM, what should say, MPs and them who come with that sort of foolish statement. And they always want to know asking where the money come from. But I want to know where the money go. You hear the kind of money these people them milk out, boy? Yeah. I want to know, right? The percentage of the cases these people and them win with the amount of money they get. They must tell me that. What case they fight, how much percentage that they win, and the amount, the extra amount of money that they. That way, Saddam Hussein should come out and say, "But we'll give Gilbert Peterson fight X amount of case. He only win 3, but we paying $30-something million, and that is the kind of foolishness that take place there. Because there was appealing everything left, right, and center. Even when it didn't need appealing, they appealed Jawala Rambaran, Virabajan case. All these cases should have never been appealed. Even the lady, the auditor general woman, that case should have never been appealed. It should have never go before the Privy Council. That cost the taxpayers $1 million, which I believe should have come out of Imber's pocket because he's a little troll and he like to take the taxpayers money for a monopoly right. You understand? If it was him money, you think he's gonna appeal that? No. But they like to take advantage of the taxpayers, and all our millions of dollars gone on the drain is where goods and services where the people was denied. So that's you can PNM have to pay for that. I'll wait until next week to see and watch. How about that, gentlemen?
Yeah. So folks, I want to do this, all right? All on the calls, all right? I'm gonna give you guys the lawyers and legal entity who own state briefs. But before we do that, I want for you guys to understand what Juneteenth is all about, or what we celebrating here today in the United States of America. And we could say it's sort of part of what we call Labor Day. So take a listen to this, okay? So hold the calls. Take a listen to this.
One day, while hiding in the kitchen, Charlotte Brooks overheard a life-changing secret. At the age of 17, she'd been separated from her family and taken to William Nealon's Texas plantation. There, she was made to do housework at the violent whims of her enslavers. On that fateful day, she learned that slavery had recently been abolished, but Nealon conspired to keep this a secret from those he enslaved. Hearing this, Brooks stepped out of her hiding spot, proclaimed her freedom, spread the news throughout the plantation, and ran. That night, she returned for her daughter, Tempe, and before Nealon's spiteful bullets could find them, they were gone for good. For more than 2 centuries, slavery defined what would become the United States, from its past as the 13 British colonies to its growth as an independent country. Slavery fueled its cotton industry and made it a leading economic power. 10 of the first 12 presidents enslaved people. And when U.S. chattel slavery finally ended, it was a long and uneven process. Enslaved people resisted from the beginning by escaping, breaking tools, staging rebellions, and more. During the American Revolution, Vermont and Massachusetts abolished slavery, while several states took steps towards gradual abolition. In 1808, federal law banned the import of enslaved African people, but it allowed the slave trade to continue domestically. Approximately 4 million people were enslaved in the U.S. when Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860. Lincoln opposed slavery, and though he had no plans to outlaw it, his election caused panic in southern states, which began withdrawing from the Union. They vowed to uphold slavery and formed the Confederacy, triggering the start of the American Civil War. A year into the conflict, Lincoln abolished slavery in Washington, D.C., legally freeing more than 3,000 people. And 5 months later, he announced the Emancipation Proclamation. It promised freedom to the 3.5 million people enslaved in Confederate states, but it would only be fulfilled if the rebelling states didn't rejoin the Union by January 1st, 1863. And it bore no mention of the roughly 500,000 people in bondage in the border states of Delaware, Maryland, Kentucky, and Missouri that hadn't seceded. When the Confederacy refused to surrender, Union soldiers began announcing emancipation. But many southern areas remained under Confederate control, making it impossible to actually implement abolition throughout the South. The war raged on for 2 more years, and on January 31st, 1865, Congress passed the 13th Amendment. It promised to end slavery throughout the U.S., except as punishment for a crime. But to go into effect, 27 states would have to ratify it first. Meanwhile, the Civil War virtually ended with the surrender of Confederate General Robert E. Lee on April 9, 1865. But although slavery was technically illegal in all southern states, it still persisted in the last bastions of the Confederacy. There, enslavers like Nealon continued to evade abolition until forced. This was also the case when Union General Gordon Granger marched his troops into Galveston, Texas on June 19th and announced that all enslaved people there were officially free and had been for more than 2 years. Still, at this point, people remained legally enslaved in the border states. It wasn't until more than 5 months later, on December 6, 1865, that the 13th Amendment was finally ratified. This formally ended chattel slavery in the U.S. Because official emancipation was a staggered process, people in different places commemorated it on different dates. Those in Galveston, Texas, began celebrating Juneteenth, a combination of June and 19th, on the very first anniversary of General Granger's announcement. Over time, smaller Juneteenth gatherings gave way to large parades, and the tradition eventually became the most widespread of emancipation celebrations. But while chattel slavery had officially ended, racial inequality, oppression, and terror had not. Celebrating emancipation was itself an act of continued resistance, and it wasn't until 2021 that Juneteenth became a federal holiday. Today, Juneteenth holds profound significance as a celebration of the demise of slavery, the righteous pursuit of true freedom for all, and a continued pledge to remember the past and dream the future. People resisted slavery in the U.S. as long as it persisted, uncovered the story of those who escaped slavery, and created.
So there you have it, folks. A little history of Juneteenth. It's a good, nice little history. If you didn't know what Juneteenth was all about, you know, there we go. We just wanted to bring that to you. Tommy, you have anything you want to add to, you know, when we think about Juneteenth?
I think that was pretty comprehensive. That was very informative.
Yeah, that was a TED talk, you know, talking about Juneteenth, and as we see, the Prime Minister actually attended the rally there with the OWTU and many others. You know, that was the Labor Day rally, which, you know, let's take a look at that. The Prime Minister arrived at the Labor Day rally there, and it was pretty good, you know. So let's take a look.
Transported Industrial Workers Union, led by its president of Sean Roberts. We request the chair recognize the protocol there.
June 19, 2025, our labor platform. We recognize you for what you have done and what you have promised and said, that you will bring victory to labor and bring victory to workers and children of the people.
And the PNM was the one that demonized labor. Yeah? They closed down Petrotrin. You understand? They wanted to mash up the union too. They wanted to mash up the PSA. Yeah? So you see what it is. Yeah? You see what it is. But folks, I want to give you all something here. All right, somebody just sent me something here. Cindy, welcome. So Cindy just sent me something. Cindy says, Gatsby Dolly is a qualified person. She refutes a PNM shortfall of money or fiscal crash. Based on her claim that the money is available, she says, fix all these schools. She said, as they are not fixing all, it could only mean one thing: lack of political will. If that was the case, why you didn't fix even a quarter of them? Tied up herself like a market crab. Smart till she's stupid. Cindy, welcome. That's a text message from Cindy. TNT 181 in the game in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Tommy, have any voice note there? Let me play this voice note.
Yeah, let me play one.
Go ahead.
Goddess Labor Day evening to you and to yours again. Hope that you all had a good day. I'm reading the book that our Prime Minister endorsed, Matthew chapter 11, where one was giving an invitation, come unto me all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And God, there are so many of us have done that. I want to take the opportunity to refute some things that are very, very, very common sayings. And I think sometimes what people do They just quote something because they heard it from the uncle, the aunt, the niece, the nephew, the Baha'u'llah, the Bahaji, yeah. So you hear things like, boy, you want to be a good cricketer? You have to keep practicing. You have to keep practicing. You want to be a good footballer? You have to keep practicing. Practice plenty because practice makes perfect. Keep practicing plenty. That's a myth. Practice don't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So what you practice, that is what could become permanent. Because you practice to do the wrong thing, you will make it a permanent thing. All right? You hear things like, I don't have a good enough memory. I prefer to put it that way. To be a successful life, because you have liars, but they don't have a successful life. So right now, if you ask that man, didn't you promise Maloney something? He can't remember. No. I know he can't remember that because the kind of fella he that delivered because you don't want to live back. He would have delivered it already. You promised to bring the truth about the gold proofs. Election come and go. You continue your campaign. And then not up to now. So because he forget. So what you say about the liar? They have one truth that we keep hearing, and that stands. Fish. Fish. I want to admonish our Prime Minister going forward. Lady, try not to make any kind of commitment without knowing what is on the inside. So don't promise anybody bread if you ain't seen the oven yet. Wait, when you get the opportunity, look in the oven, see what you have, and then you can say, all right, you will give them bread or you'll give them beef. Because now you've got to make some kind of adjustment that could be very, 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 very hurtful and harmful. All right? So I'll stop there for now. Have a good night, folks. Think before you respond. So you wouldn't put your foot in your mouth. This is not for everybody. It's only for about 6.5 of them.
Let me play a voice. Yeah, that's it?
That's it.
All right, you play a voice.
Like again, Wall Street, Uncle Tommy and everybody out here.
All right, we go back to that voice now. COP, welcome.
Good night to you, Professor Wall Street.
Yeah, man.
And good night to you, Uncle Tommy.
Good night to you.
And listeners all over the world. Good night to you all. Professor Wall Street, you know, I support okay, I always forget your name.
Santa Cruz.
Miss Santa Cruz. You know, I support Miss Santa Cruz 100%. You see on the campaign trail and thing, the speaker in the house was on the campaign trail and then they was speaking how arrogant the PNM was and how arrogant the speaker in the house was and they giving people time to speak and now you in that position and you giving the PNM leeway to chastise the government. I look at it that way. When he's supposed to be pulling up the PNM. Yes, pull up the PNM and say you was there, what kind of question you asking? But then again, he might be trying to go with the rules of Parliament. And the people, even though the people had a silly questions to ask.
But COP, you know,
listen,
he denied there was about 9 questions to the Prime Minister. And he only allowed one of them 9 questions. You know that? I go play it for you. You know, because I think what it is, we see some things, but there are things happening behind the scenes that, you know, we may not know about.
Well, I still give it Santa Cruz 100% support. You could come with what? To give you 100% support. You ain't going to do me from that at all.
You can't take away your support yourself.
If the ball full, the ball full.
Yeah, I like that. You're sticking with it. You ain't waffling. You understand?
I ain't like the tongue so throw me off at all. but it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to hear the questions that Gaspy Dolly asking. I say, we papa. There's a school at listeners all over the world in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a school in Trinidad and Tobago where a pedophile entered the school and molest some children.
Right.
The attention of Gaspy Dolly, and she recognized the drama and pressure and the intense. Oh, wow, that is a good question. But then she asked the Prime Minister what she going to do about the security and to ensure that the school will have proper security. Professor Walshit.
Yeah.
I say, what kind of question is this? She's supposed to say, well, all right, look, we leave 12 security over there, and no, how it is the past education minister, the last budget she got was $7.5 billion. Right?
Yeah.
And most of the schools and them don't have security. I expect she to say, well, look, we leave 4.5 billion out of the Ministry of Education, what we get for this year, and you could use that money for security because we leave resources. You leave no blasted resources over there. You spend out the money before the mid-year review up, and then you're asking when you're going to get security and where you're going to get the money from.
Right.
That's the kind of question the past Minister of Education asking. And I think that the President of the House supposed to put in place. Don't tell she, well, the Prime Minister done say already, we're going to use some money to enhance the securities in all schools and bring back counselors and all these things in schools because you abandon it. What type of question we past Ministry of Education asking? After they spend out, this lady spent $7.5 billion in less than a year, you know, Professor Walshit. In less than a year, and none of the schools and them have security. Most of the schools and them dilapidated. She recognized these two primary school in she area that she need to get fixed now. But she was there for 10 years and you fixed none. But you want accountability in 1 month time in Parliament. The Speaker of the House supposed to put she place for that. Citizens all over the world and Trinidad and Tobago. Have a nice night.
Yeah, man. Okay, so folks. Tommy, you're saying something?
Same to COP. Nice night to you too.
Yeah. Listen to this, right? You'll listen to this.
Opposition in Parliament concerned after Speaker blocks questions to PM in Parliament. Only one of 9 questions submitted by opposition MPs.
So listen. I think what we have to do, you know, we have to actually look at, and that's why I play the song Below the Surface. There is a lot of things going on, and as a matter of fact, Miss Santa Cruz, didn't you send me this? Yeah. Hold on, let me see something. Boy, Miss Santa Cruz just tell me real info. Miss Santa Cruz just like Caribbean soul, you know, real good information. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right. So there were 9 questions, and only 1 he allowed. You know what that reminds me of, Tommy? Tommy, you remember others always talk about the experiment that I was doing class on the first day of school when I put the 9 times table on the board?
That's right.
And I said 9 times 10 is 91.
That's right.
And we only look at the 9 times 10 is 91 as opposed to the 90% that we have correct. So I don't want us to lose focus on the one thing that may happen in the Parliament, we also have to look below the surface. Yeah? So take a listen to this. Yeah? Listen to this.
Only one of 9 questions submitted by opposition MPs to Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar was allowed during yesterday's Prime Minister's question session in Parliament. Guardian Media understands the disallowed questions covered major issues since the new government took office, including the emergency response to flooding in Aripo, the numbers of incidents of violent crime since April 29th, recent school violence incidents in Holy Faith Convent and Southeast Port of Spain, the status of the board at the Estate Management and Business Development Company, EMBD, the cost to the state because of the recent cabinet expansion, Petrotrin refinery negotiations, use of state resources for food hampers by NGC, and questions about if government recently engaged in any loans or borrowing. The only permitted question came from Arima MP and opposition leader Penelope Beckles, who asked, in light of deeply disturbing reports that an unauthorized adult male allegedly gained access to the compound of the Santa Rosa Government Primary School on June 2nd and was involved in the sexual assault of multiple children, can the Prime Minister inform the country what exactly transpired and why this matter appeared to go unaddressed for 2 weeks? The opposition expressed concern over the Speaker's decision to block the remaining 8 questions. An opposition MP, speaking anonymously, said, "It is shocking and scandalous." According to Standing Order 26-1...
Listen to this, right? Listen to this. This is important. Standing Order 26-1. We should know by now that the Speaker follows the rule of law. Okay? He follows the rule of law. And that is what we want to know. That is what we want in a speaker. And many times in the parliament, he have not permitted the opposition, right, to go sideways. As he always says, you know, he allowed them a run-up. Not a long run-up like Michael Holden, but he allowed them a run-up.
Questions must exclude arguments, allegations, opinions, or hypotheticals and remain...
Yeah? So, arguments, hypotheticals, right? So, he's doing what 9 questions, only one, you know. One was allowed, you know. One was allowed, you know.
Concise and focused. The Speaker also holds the authority under Standing Order 26-2 to alter or reject questions deemed...
You see? 26-2.
Yep.
Right? So these are the things that we have to look at that's below the surface. One question they were allowed to ask, and one, you know. One.
Deemed inadmissible or an abuse of the right to question. Questions involving legal interpretation, sub judice matters, or issues already settled can also be excluded. The Prime Minister's question segment is held on the 2nd sitting of each month. Meanwhile, following an apparent clash on Monday between opposition members and Standing Finance Committee, SFC Chairman Jagdeo Singh, who is also the House Speaker, PNM MPs have confirmed there is no bad blood between the parties. Singh formally apologized to Laventille West MP Karim Marcel after opposition MPs Stuart Young, Colum Imbert, and Marcel accused him of making a disrespectful remark during SFC proceedings. Singh had commented on Marcel's professional background, saying, "I don't want to be even remotely deprecatory. I understand that you've recently been admitted to the bar. It would be difficult, if not impossible, for anyone, given the context of the answer given, to allocate percentile amounts to past and future." He later apologized, stating he did not mean to insult Marcel. Marcel, addressing the incident publicly for the first time outside Parliament, confirmed Singh also privately apologized. "I accept his apology and we would move on," he said, adding that his focus remains on maintaining parliamentary decorum while holding the government accountable. Opposition leader Beckles acknowledged underlying tensions, noting the PNM raised concerns about perceived bias by the committee chairman and would monitor the situation closely. "We took the position on a number of occasions to raise with him when we felt he was giving some opinions, so we will wait and see what will happen. But if at any point we feel the need to raise any issue with him, we will do precisely that." Guardian Media reached out to Singh for comment yesterday, but he had not responded up to press time.
So Tommy, it appears that Penelope Week Beckers, the opposition leader, doesn't have a problem with how he's handling them. You understand?
True.
So I want people to look at it, look at the facts, and realize that if the speaker have to come down hard on the opposition, he have no problems doing that. And so far, we have to give him credit, because before, when we had Bridget Anna said George, it was basically one-sided. And and I asked this question. Look, for the first time in 10 years, I sat down and watched at almost 100% of the Parliament channel. I don't remember the last time I looked at a media budget review, Tommy. Seriously, I don't even recall ever looking at one. But I was enthusiastic to look at it. That thing was from what? 1:30 till about 9 p.m., Tommy? I don't know what time it finished. Yeah?
You see, this is a special time.
Yeah. We ain't joking this time. This time around. You understand? We not joking this time around.
This is a special time.
Yeah, we ain't joking. Yeah? So, folks, yeah, Miss Santa Cruz. Miss Santa Cruz? I get it from you. You understand? Tommy, I ain't gonna lie, eh? Boy, folks, I appreciate all the information all you send, man. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Have a voice note.
But all that's given plenty.
Point.
Go ahead, take it.
Gordon Dryden, here I talk today that you went in Forestfield Hospital, San Fernando Hospital, Mount Hope Hospital, all the hospitals throughout Trinidad, and they went in the maternity ward, and they were telling all them expecting mothers have a happy Labor Day. Is that true? They was wishing all the expecting mothers a happy Labor Day, Gordon Dryden. I didn't say that for a birthday. I didn't know if it's true.
Oh Lord.
Oh God. Yeah. Let me take this voice too. Yeah. Hold on. Let me take this voice. Hold on a minute.
Gordon Dryden, here I talk today that you went in Forestfield Hospital.
Same thing.
San Fernando Hospital, Mount Hope Hospital, all the hospitals throughout Trinidad. And they went in the maternity ward, and they were telling all them expecting mothers.
Is I playing the same thing again?
Is that true?
Yeah.
All the expecting mothers are happy Labor.
I didn't realize that. I thought.
No, that's the same thing. All right, let me play this voice now. Hold on.
You know, another thing I like, Anselm, I like how they're reviewing the payout to Stuart Young for being Prime Minister for that short space of time and receiving the one that probably gone with a salary until he did. I'm glad they're reviewing that too, because he shouldn't be getting that. He's not there long enough for that. That is one piece of corruption, that too. Because the leader, the founding party leader is who put that in place in case if he ever lost an election that you'd get the same salary till he did. So because I hear it come down to now, but that 1 month stint to get that money, no, I don't think that is right at all. And I'm glad Kamala and them making move to stop it. That is what we're talking about. That kind of thing we're talking about. The population want that. So when them come in to talk the choppiness, they have to come again. Right now the population ain't dotish no more. They're calling me dotish, but we will prove to all how dotish we really is. Timing.
Yeah, man. Play this other man.
Good night, Mr. Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Mr. Wall Street, as you see, COP went silent when you tell him that the Speaker of the House had allowed one question out of 9. COP must be say, oh gosh, but I should have given me Santa Cruz 40% instead. But Mr. Washington did ask to name some things that came up from the media review.
Yeah.
And some things I remember is about this CLICO service providers. They haven't been paid in 2 years. The other one is with some fishing place. I can't remember the name, the location, but they have no running water. They do not have a jetty. No fish haven't been sold there as yet. And this other one with the guardsman, them getting contracts to go and secure Gulf City Mall and all kind of thing. Then it had this other one with a martial arts company to go and learn to do martial arts and thing. Them getting contracts to go and plant tomatoes and sweet pepper. All kind of things happening.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, folks. Call when you call, give me 3 takeaways that you got from this media budget review. Right? We want we want to see, we want to think, we want you to think and say, well, listen, this is what I got from this media budget review. But listen to the Attorney General, eh? This is the Attorney General talking. Right? This is what the Attorney General had to say. He flagged millions. All the thing this PNM evil and wicked and joke. Eh? Please. And this is not us making this up, Take a listen.
Attorney General flags millions in legal fees to PNM Gulf partners, warns opposition PNM party. I will go to war with you. Attorney General John Jeremy contributes to debate on the mid-year budget review in Parliament yesterday. Attorney General John Jeremy has raised concerns over how the additional $89 million allocated to his ministry in the mid-year budget review will be spent, revealing that a significant portion will go towards settling debts accrued under the former People's National Movement, PNM, administration. Speaking during yesterday's debate in Parliament, Jeremy said the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs, AGLA, inherited substantial arrears, including legal fees and rental costs linked to individuals allegedly close to the opposition. 7 weeks into office, Jeremy said he uncovered a pattern where large payments were made to people who played golf with a former prime minister, a veiled reference to ties between legal service providers and high-ranking officials in the previous government. During this fiscal year, all golf players were paid in full. If you were on the golf team, you collected everything. Half of my colleagues need to know that in order to be well treated, you now have to study law and study golf, Jeremy said. He accused the previous administration of saddling taxpayers with approximately $150 million in outstanding bills, funds he said could have instead gone to hospitals, schools, or essential medicine. If you were not playing golf and submitted invoices, some of which I received between Monday and last night, it amounts to $150 million, he said.
Tommy, did you hear that?
Yep.
$150 million.
Golf buddies.
And when we say that this past PNM regime was immoral, vile, malicious, nefarious, diabolical, heinous, devious, unscrupulous, iniquitous, conniving, and vindictive, and dastardly, people say, yeah, the facts are there. Let's keep listening.
Whatever the Minister of Finance has given me to pay fees, I want you to know so you can tell your friends and your former Prime Minister's friends that I will not be paying a single cent. I will be paying for work for value received. Beyond the financial concerns, Jeremy announced plans to investigate actions by former parliamentarians in the lead-up to the April 28th general election. He said instructions were given in some matters just 1 week before the polls, directives he described as desperate attempts to damage political opponents, including himself, San Fernando West MP Michael Dowlath, and Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. When criminal wrongdoing is alleged, I do not mind you looking at me. I am happy. But when you look at the political leader and Prime Minister of the United National Congress, a grandmother who has served this country for however long, never had one standard raised against her, I will go to war with you.
Hear that? Hear that? He will go to war with the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar. And that's what we have in, you know. We are having in Trinidad and Tobago, people are showing that, you know what, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the Honorable Prime Minister, they will defend her by any means, any legal means necessary. And that's what we have in. That is exactly what we are having.
As Jeremy gave that warning, he pointed to 3 opposition members, adding, "The matter would be investigated with every fiber of my being." These acts amount to an abuse of office, Jeremy said, adding that legal advice obtained from an English King's Counsel suggests those who issued the instructions may have misbehaved in public office. He added, "What that is using the resources of the state. I want to talk to the people in Caroni and Belmont. The resources of the state are monies we should be spending in this parliament to provide healthcare for them and make their lives better." Turning to the ongoing Clico matter, Jeremy revealed that service providers Deloitte and Touche had not been paid for 2 years. He said he met with the firm and a King's Counsel lawyer, both of whom could not provide a definitive cost for completing the matter, though Deloitte and Touche claimed over $300 million in unpaid fees.
Tommy, $300 million in unpaid fees.
Wow.
300 million. Who? I think maybe what the government should do is don't pay that fee for 40 years. Don't pay. No, seriously. Don't pay it for 40 years. Then was in power for 10 years, multiply by 4, and say, you know what, folks? We are investigating it. We're investigating it.
What they were asking me to do is commit an unknown amount of money for an unknown number of knowns for an unknown possible result, he said. Jeremy, who initiated the Clico recovery process in 2003, said the matter has dragged on for over 2 decades. Over the years, the state has spent nearly $1 billion on the issue. "I started it. I am going to return to this house on this matter," Jeremy said. "After 20 years, with the recovery having taken place largely in my time, I do not know whether this is value for money, especially at a time when we face serious fiscal constraints. I will look at it, see where we are, and take a responsible decision."
Hear that? Because, Tommy, I can tell you, you see the CL financial issue? They have a liquidator that making millions and millions and millions of dollars off the government. Millions and millions. COP, welcome.
Professor Walsh, good night to you again, Uncle Tommy, and to all the listeners all over the world and Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
Professor Walsh, it have no evidence which part these lawyers and them do work, these golfers and them do work to be law work to be paid, or what case they was fighting and thing. I believe that Keith Rowley, our past Prime Minister, was gambling golf and the field, and he was only losing. And now we had to pay his bill that he was losing. Because no Prime Minister will give the golf partner millions of dollars so in lawyer fees contract. None over the Caribbean. He was gambling golf, and he lose right through. And today, the citizens of this country had to pay that gambling debt that Keith Rowley leave we to pay. That fear to us, and that is the money that the Attorney General office owing. What about the money that they already paid already? What about the billions of dollars that they already paid already? They have a problem with the government. First priority is the Children Life Fund. Second priority is to make sure every child get a laptop. That's a month these people them in office in Parliament.
What's the OP? You know it have 5 accomplished already, right? You know it's 5 already, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
And
the new COP.
What they accomplish?
Yeah.
They see about the future of the country. They see about the mothers and fathers that they will save their jobs, especially in the TTRA. They're ensuring that the future of this country get the textbooks to go to school. The mother and father will have a strain. These are the things that this government, newly installed government, seen about. But the opposition is seeing that. They see confusion, chaos, and bacchanal. And they ask the past Prime Minister, why you was paying lawyers? Why you was paying lawyers so much money? I remember I was speaking, and for the few years I said, contractors in this country under the PNM do contract in 6 months' time, and after they don't do the contract, they make over $6 million. Lawyers in this country under the PNM do some little court matters and things, and them end up working for millions of dollars.
Correct.
Which part in the world that this happen?
Trinidad and Tobago.
The PNM responsibility in them time wasn't to ensure that lawyers and business people benefited from taxpayers' dollars. They had a constitutional responsibility, listeners all over the world, to make the citizens' life better. They make real life a living hell. And the Gulf partners want to go away with millions of taxpayers' dollars. Attorney General, don't pay them no money. Let them go and ask Keith Rowley. You had business with Keith Rowley and the past Attorney General, Camille Robinson Regis. Go and let them pay you. Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, ask them. Ask them for the money. Go and ask them. You understand? Or tell me, you know what? We go renegotiate. We owe you 300 million. Take 25% now. You understand? The art of negotiation. Yeah? Folks, we're going to take that break. And when we come back, we're going to give you guys some numbers. You'll be shocked with respect to these numbers. Shock! Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, folks, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. Fire! 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 You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And as the professor said, share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get the numbers out.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Welcome to WZYE TV 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. on Let's Talk Politics. Like, share and subscribe to keep up to date with reality affecting your life. And as we always say, we bring the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station. We're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
Xiao Tiong is bolted to Venezuela's Maduro. If you take God out of your thoughts to vote for Young, you better brace for U.S. sanctions. Say good.
No more rain. No more rain. No more rain. No more rain. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We're tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. No more red, 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 no more red. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, as you get in, share the live, share the live, share the live. WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZYE TV and YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And as the professor said, share the live, share that live, share that live. Let's get the numbers up.
So, folks, here are some numbers that I want you guys to chew on. Right? These are some numbers. These are lawyers and legal entities who earn state briefs. Right? Listen to this. The number one firm is White and Case, a US-based firm. $157 million. Tommy, you listening?
Yep, $157 million to a US-based law firm.
A US firm. All right, let me take this call real quick.
I mean, that money leaves Trinidad.
Library, welcome.
Okay. Good day to you and Wall Street and Tommy.
Yeah.
And also all the viewers.
Yeah.
Now, my observation in Parliament is that they're not really trying to convince the government, you know. They're saying these things, what they're saying, to convince the people that what they did was right.
Mm.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Nah.
Okay, remember they're telling us a sort of lies, make believe. But the government already know the truth.
Okay.
So what they're doing, remember, Parliament channel is viewed by everybody because we're interested. So all the people who have a peanut-sized brain, they will take what they're saying is like facts, and they keep repeating how you're getting the money, how you're getting the money. So the population, remember, life. Once you tell it over and over, it becomes as a fact.
Yeah.
But really and truly, it is a lie. So they're not really trying to tell the government anything, They're trying to make reference the public. You get the point?
Yeah, I get the point now.
Right. That is the whole gist about how they're talking and what they're doing.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Have a blessed night.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Library. So, folks, let me get back to the numbers, right? White and Case, US-based firm, 157 million. Tommy, in the meanwhile, could you divide that by 650? Let me see how much US that is, because I'm thinking that is TT dollars, right? Second, Russell Martino, former PNM Attorney General, $38 million. Senior counsel Fayad Hossain, 33.9 million. Senior counsel Gilbert Peterson, golfing friend of Dr. Rowley, 29.3 million. Senior counsel Claude H. Denbow, 27.6 million. Sequor Law, US-based firm, 23.2 million. Edmund Marshall McMahon, 20.7 million. Senior counsel Ravi Rajkumar, 16.8 million. Douglas Mendez, 15.7 million. SC Michael Kwamena. That name sounds familiar, boy. Only who's Michael Kwamena? Tell me, you know who's Michael Kwamena? 15. Huh?
He's an attorney.
Yeah, but folks, who's Michael Kwamena? There's a little more than that. Michael Kwamena. I looking for it in the chat. Let me go on. SC Kerwin Garcia, first gentleman, 14.6 million. Senior counsel Deborah Peak, 13.8 million. Casey Edward Jenkins, 13.7 million. Netram Kaulasa, 13.3 million. Let me take this call. Dwayne, welcome. Dwayne.
Hello, good night.
Good night, good night.
Professor Wall Street, Michael Kamala is Rowley personal lawyer.
Okay. All right. Personal lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That was his personal lawyer.
Okay. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, you see, Tommy, I was just asking, inquiring minds. Huh?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. Michael Kwamena, boy, 15.4. Easy, 15.4. Reginald Armour, 13.2 million. That name sounds familiar to me. Who was Reginald Armour? Hey, Tommy?
AG.
AG? He was the former Attorney General for the PNM?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Vincent Nelson, 10.9 million. Who was Vincent Nelson again? Vincent Nelson. That name sounds familiar too, boy.
Wasn't he on the commission of with the divers?
Vincent Nelson?
Wasn't he one concerning the divers in the pipeline? That's just roughly what
I think Vincent Nelson is the one with Faris Alwari. If I'm correct. Vincent Nelson has something to do with Faris Alwari.
Someone can call and verify.
Eh?
Someone can call us and verify what's what.
Yeah. I'll
But,
call
for
and
that,
clarify that for you. Who was
but
Vincent?
for that 157 million, that's 24 million, 24.1 million US.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right. Brooklyn, welcome.
Yeah, Wall Street.
Brooklyn, I'm looking for your name, boy, but I get the bottom of the list yet.
Wall Street. Good night to you, Uncle Tommy, viewers and listeners. Now, that same lawyer, Rowley, personal lawyer, he had also put, just before Petrotrin had closed down, he had put that man as I believe, to manage to manage Petrotrin then. Basically, to keep the last draining of whatever money was there. The lawyer, he had put him on the board, on a Petrotrin board. While he was also his lawyer collecting millions. He put his lawyer on a Petrotrin, on the board for Petrotrin, and I believe just before Petrotrin closed down, that's what took place. And one of them lawyers on that list is also Faris Alwari, daughter, godfather, who is also the lawyer who gets millions in the Vincent Nelson case. You understand? So why Faris come with the fake story on the Vincent Nelson thing and they try to do what they try to lock up, I believe, UNC ministers and all kind of thing. All them fake information and thing with the case end up dismissed and thing. PNM lawyers walk away with millions and millions of dollars. He was paid over 20 million for a case that gets thrown out. You understand how the money was going to friends, family, and godfathers and all this kind of thing? That's what was happening to taxpayers' money under the PNM. I got.
Yeah, man. All right, let me continue, folks. Terence Barrett, former Angostura chairman, 7.7 million. So, Tommy, the man was chairman at Angostura, and the man was still making a killing by. Hey, look who name here too. Keith Scotland, former PNM minister in the Ministry of National Security, 3.3 million. I small money for Keith, man. SC Ralston Nelson, PNM recommendation for president in 2013, 2.3 million. But wait now, look, senior counsel Martin Daly on this. And Martin Daly was the one who used to be writing thing about the UNC. What kind of thing? Martin Daly was 2.2 million. MG Daly and Partners, Sharon Rowley's former employer, 1.9 million. Yeah? Christie and Morris Allen, 2.4 million. 800K retainer each for 3 departments at JG office. Simon de la Bastide, independent senator, 2 million. And senior counsel Anthony Vieira, independent senator, 257,000. These are small fry. You know me?
Yep.
257,000. Anthony Vieira. Well, Mozina was to do much for that. But White and Case, boy, 157 million, boy. Russell Martino, boy, 838 million, boy. Gilbert Peterson, that Prime Minister girlfriend friend, 39.3 million. Way, boy. So, folks, there you have it. There's the people who where our taxpayers' dollars going.
Spending your money.
Yeah, with brief after brief. Yeah? What you saying? I was saying again, fet after fet after fet. It's brief after brief after brief after brief. Them fellas and I'm making. Oh God. Oh, somebody says Vincent. Let me see this. Vincent Nelson is the lawyer from the UK who Faris was making deals to bring evidence against the UNC. I know it had something to do with Faris. Michael Joseph, Vincent Wells from England, the British lawyer. Yeah, why? Semantic 62 said, no, Tommy, the man who was paid to be a false witness against Anand.
Okay.
Financial Guru. We are short one tonight. I want to play some videos. Go ahead.
We'll play a video for me and then maybe I could talk tomorrow.
All right, no problem.
I'll tell you something.
All right.
I sent you a video. Listen to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it short. Very short. But you need to play the video.
Okay.
Defender talked about the budget. Right? I sent you, I'll send it over again. What the finance minister, Devendra Natanku, spoke about concerning the 3.14 billion from TTT. And my takeaway, and maybe I'll call back tomorrow, I have the 5 Ds. You know the 5 Ds? But this is what I get about. This is continuing from the finance minister. Debt, which is debt, destruction, debt, dunce, and dents. You know what I'm telling you? So you had debt, 145 billion with a B, as of about May or so. That the PNM left. That's the legacy. Debt, plenty people dead, okay, in the country, right, during COVID, and murders galore, right? Destruction. A lot of things have been destroyed. Dents and dunce. That is the legacy of the PNM. But if you could play that, please, I'll send it to one WhatsApp.
Okay.
And then the people would understand. All right?
All right.
Okay, Professor Wilson, Uncle Tommy, and everyone.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, so folks, listen, take a listen to this. Listen to MP Saddam Hussein.
Member for Barataria, someone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to enter this debate. And firstly, I want to congratulate the Minister of Finance for presenting this video review under the guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister, the member for Savaria. Mr. Speaker, it's quite ironic that the member for Diego Marte Northeast speaks of growth. So I'll start there. The member for Diego Marte Northeast presided over about 10 budgets, and every single budget ended up with a budget deficit. Every single one. Every single one. 10 years of budget deficit under that Minister of Finance. And then he comes here to pretend as though they are growing the economy. Mr. Speaker, I have the figures in my possession. They went into the HSF over 10 times and took out $17 billion worth of savings. $17 billion worth of savings for the taxpayers of this country, and they put not a single red cent inside it. The member speaks about what rating agencies and that they're doing so well and so on, Mr. Speaker. This member for Diego Marte Northeast had Trinidad and Tobago on a blacklist by the European Union for the last 10 years. For the last 10 years. We had instances where banking relationships were lost in Brussels because of their incompetence, their neglect, and their failures to properly take us out from a blacklist. But I listened to the contribution from the member for Diego Marte Northeast and the member for San Fernando East, and both were feeble. They were feeble. Diego Marte Northeast contribution was as feeble as his earlier apology. And the member for San Fernando East, when I listened to him, Mr. Speaker, that member may have gone on a hill because he certainly fell far from the tree.
No audio. No audio.
As you see this guy fall far from the tree, I want you all to listen to Brian Manning talking about. I mean, I don't know what them fellas and them that be talking about sometime, eh? But listen to Brian Manning, eh? I want you guys to listen to this. This is Brian Manning in the Parliament, right? This is Brian Manning in the Parliament. Listen to this.
The number one food for regular.
Hold on, give me a chance here. I want you all to listen to Brian Manning in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Take a listen to this. Hold on. Don't start yet, Mr. Manning. Don't start yet, Brian Manning. So, folks, again, Brian Manning had to be fact-checked. Them fellas just don't get it right, you know. They just come to the Parliament and try to fool people left, right, and center. But it have some of us who would be listening to them, you know. Listening to them. Listen to Brian Manning. Listen to him. Take a listen.
Trinidad and Tobago, last time I checked, is the only investment grade country in the Caribbean region.
Hear that? Tommy?
The
only investment grade country in the Caribbean region. Let me play that again for you. This is in the Parliament, you know. Brian Manning. Brian, this is not the first time, you know. I go play the next one for you. It's not the first time, or the second time, or the third time.
Trinidad and Tobago, last time I checked, is the only investment grade country in the Caribbean region.
Only investment grade country in the Caribbean region. When I hear Brian Manning said that, I said, well, wait now, why? Brian, you're a real good boy. Brian, you're a boss. But Tommy, when I fact-checked it, again, Brian Manning is trying to mislead the people when they were in power, and he continued to try to mislead the people in opposition as well. Let's go.
The only one.
Fact check: an incorrect claim by MP Brian Manning. Trinidad and Tobago is not the only investment grade country in the Caribbean. MP Brian Manning's recent claim in Parliament that Trinidad and Tobago is the only investment grade country in the Caribbean region represents more than just a factual error. It reveals a troubling pattern of insular thinking that undermines regional cooperation and distorts our understanding of the Caribbean's economic landscape. This statement is demonstrably untrue and reflects the kind of narrow nationalism that has long hindered Caribbean integration and development. Manning's mischaracterization of regional credit standings is particularly concerning given his past role in shaping economic policy and international relations. Such statements damage Trinidad and Tobago's credibility in regional forums and perpetuate the dangerous myth of Caribbean exceptionalism that has plagued our region for decades. Here are 10 reasons why MP Manning's statement is untrue. 1. Bermuda's exceptional investment grade status. Bermuda maintains AA+ ratings from major credit agencies, representing one of the highest investment grade ratings in the Caribbean region. As a leading international financial center with sophisticated regulatory frameworks, Bermuda's credit profile far exceeds Trinidad and Tobago's BBB rating, making Manning's...
All you hear that? You all hear that? Anytime Brian Manning open his mouth, you can't believe nothing he says. Brian Manning, you are branded as a fraud. I am saying Brian Manning is a fraud. He's a fraud of the highest order. Because he goes into the Parliament, and you know you could lie in the Parliament, eh? You could say whatever you want in the Parliament, and then when you figure you're wrong, you just come and apologize. Or remember him but lied here and then he come and apologize. So Brian Manning, you need to come and apologize for this lie you told. Yeah, we're not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play the first 3 for you. Take a listen.
Claim of uniqueness, patently false. 2. The Cayman Islands' strong credit standing. The Cayman Islands, as a major offshore financial center, maintains investment-grade equivalent status through its institutional frameworks and economic stability. The territory's role as a global financial hub provides economic resilience that supports credit-worthy status within the Caribbean region. 3. Barbados's complex credit profile. While Barbados has faced rating pressures, the country has maintained investment-grade ratings from certain agencies and has successfully implemented comprehensive economic reforms. Manning's blanket statement ignores the nuanced reality of Barbados's credit standing and its ongoing economic recovery efforts. 4. The Bahamas' investment-grade history. The Bahamas has previously held investment-grade ratings and maintains economic fundamentals that support potential upgrades. The country's tourism-based economy and financial services sector provide stability that challenges Manning's assertion of Trinidad and Tobago's singular status. 5. Multiple rating agencies provide different assessments. Investment-grade status varies among Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and Fitch ratings. Several Caribbean nations hold investment-grade ratings from at least one major agency, even if not from all three. Manning's statement oversimplifies this complex multi-agency rating landscape. 6. British overseas territories, sovereign backing Caribbean territories like the British Virgin Islands and Turks and Caicos benefit from their relationship with the United Kingdom, which provides implicit sovereign backing that supports investment-grade equivalent status. These territories' economic profiles challenge the notion of Trinidad and Tobago's isolation in creditworthiness.
So, folks, that is a synopsis to show you that Brian Manning again stood up in the parliament, right, and tried to mislead the people again, right? But I want to get to Khadija's Amen in the parliament, our boss. Khadija Amen, you gotta give Khadija Amen a round of applause. Yeah? I want you all to take a listen to this. This was boss of all bosses. This is the boss of all bosses. Yeah? Hold on. All right. So, folks, I want you all to listen to Khadija Amen. You could bring Khadija Amen into the village. And you all will see, boy. She real good, boy. Tell me, boy. She was on fire, boy. That girl's on fire. There's a song like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Who sing that song?
Isn't it Beyonce? I'm not sure. I think so.
Yeah, I know who sing that song. Now, take a listen.
I think it's Beyonce.
It's not often that I find myself agreeing with members of the opposite side. But today, I think there is no doubt, and I have to agree with the member for Arima, that the PNM as a political party has lost its way. They really lost their way.
PNM has lost its way. Oh, God. Khadija is our boss.
Mr. Speaker, the member of Parliament for Arima now leads a political party that has left this country penniless. Absolutely penniless.
You have left us penniless. Penny, you have left, you were part of a group, a bunch of them, that have left Trinidad and Tobago penniless. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, let me tell you, a leader leads from in front. A leader shows up. A leader is present, stands up, and speaks up. I am always happy to see women in politics find their voice. I am happy to see the member for Arima finding a voice. Yes. And I felt sorry because I heard the member trying to raise an issue about the TTRA. Mr. Speaker, we had a whole debate on TTRA. Where was the member for Arima?
Missing in action. Where was she? Missing in action. And all they want to ask, where Kamala? Where the opposition leader? There's only one, you know. Where the opposition leader? One.
Today, I think, was the first utterance we heard from the member for Arima after several other members on that bench spoke. Several others. Mr. Speaker, we had a debate to select a major officer in this land. The Commissioner of Police was a member of Arima present.
Missing in action. Missing in action. Weak. Weak. Yeah.
Where was the member for Arima? We had a debate, Mr. Speaker, to deal with the TTRA. All the suggestions the member for Arima trying to make there should have been made in that debate. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 48-1.
Yeah, this one now. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Please. All on her son, she find her voice too, eh? Was he moved that way, couch to a different location.
This is about the finance supplementary appropriation bill, and I fail to see the relevance of what the member is raising at this time. I'm seeking to.
All they see is they listen now, eh? Listen.
The Speaker.
As I have given every member in this particular debate a certain amount of leeway for their run-up, I am going to give St. Augustine a short time for her run-up before she hits her delivery stride.
Yeah.
She's as tall as Michael Holding, but I'm sure she'll get to the delivery stride quicker than Michael Holding.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, you know why other members have to jump up to defend Arima? Because Arima is not here. Once again, Arima is not.
She missing in action, is she? She not there again. She gone. Oh God, Penny Gill, you're gone again.
Yeah, so they're trying to defend. They're trying to defend, but you cannot defend.
Speaker,
again, leader. But I move on, Mr. Speaker.
What is the relevance of this finance supplementary appropriation bill?
Okay. MP for St. Augustine, member for St. Augustine, let's skip along a bit, shall we?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was moving on, but I see the jumpy over there. That is all right. That is all right. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that came up a lot in this debate, and this is not political rhetoric, it is a fact. The supplementation that we brought in this bill is a supplementation to deal with the shortfall for the budget that was brought for the member for Diego Martin East when he was the Minister of Finance. That is the truth. And there is no defense from the other side for them to come today. And when you look at them, I noticed something, Mr. Chairman. You see the members, the experienced members who sat in government. If you notice their demeanor, they all sit with their heads bent as if in shame. And shame. And I have also observed the newer members, the first time to the bench. Mr. Chairman, you should see the shock on some of them faces when the members of the government reveal what the former government was doing. Their own senior members. You should see the shock on their face. When they hear about the millions of dollars, Mr. Speaker, and the billions of dollars that was squandered, the bid rigging, the friends and families and golfers, and they themselves, some of them have noble intention, you know. Noble intention, because they put themselves up to be elected to represent the people in your constituency. You walk and see poor people, and I want you to remember those images of those people you see when you walk to your constituency, and remember every one of them. Money that should have sent them for surgery, sent them for health care, sent them to school, went into the pockets of P&M friends and financiers. Sorry, you have to break all your heart this first time in the Senate, in the Parliament. But Mr. Speaker, I make no apology because on their behalf, the people of Trinidad and Tobago saw it and made the right choice by voting for the UNC to be in government. Vote them out. Mr. Speaker, it it wasn't the member for Couva South or any one member on this side who removed them. Everything they want to do, they want to blame somebody over here. Look internally, blame yourselves. You are the one who was involved in all this squander mania that brought you there. And Mr. Speaker, I am a person, I'm always very much on the ground. When our Prime Minister said boots on the ground, it's not only the Minister of Homeland Security in terms of security boots and police boots. We put on our rain boots, we put on our boots, and we are out there because we listen to the people. And you know, one of the things that a lot of people felt, they felt that even though they were taking care of their own, they felt that there was a double standard. There were many people who previously supported the PNM who realized that this PNM till a dead thing can't work because I will dead. Mr. Speaker, point.
That girl's on fire. Oh, Alicia Keys. Thanks, folks. Tommy, Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Okay. Yeah, Alicia Keys. Yeah, Trinidad Margot. Tell me all. Oh, God. Yeah, who else tell me about it? Caribbean Soul. Everybody tell me Alicia Keys. That girl's on fire. On fire. You understand? I tell all you, the PNM in opposition, they're like the West Indies. They only bowling one set of no balls. No balls. None. Khadija Hamid hit them for 10. She hit them at 6 and a 4 in one ball. One ball. Yeah. She ain't easy. She ain't, and look how nice the delivery. She not like the one on the other side. What is that one? The former Minister of Education. What? Gatsby Dolly, ever she name it? Poor soul. I sorry for she. Yeah? I'm sorry for she. Yeah? What for?
Why is sorry for her?
Huh?
Why is sorry
There's
for
a little
her?
more. Say that again, Tommy.
Why feel sorry for her?
Yeah. I feel sorry for she. Yeah, but listen to this.
Hello.
Sean, welcome.
Uncle Tommy.
Yes.
Welcome.
How are you?
Quite good. How are you?
Professor Wall Street. How
Yeah,
are
man.
you?
Excellent.
Good night
excellent.
to everyone that's listening. Khadija, I mean, it's on them. She blows them up.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad she did it.
Yeah.
You know, Penelope Beckles, that waste woman, dead thing, said yesterday. Said yesterday that it cost $700,000 to open Parliament. You crying about that now? You guys didn't worry about that every time you open Parliament for the last 10 years?
Yeah.
They squander everything. Khadija said it took equipment that they had to dig the drains and everything to clean out. It didn't cost a penny.
Yep.
The new police commissioner that agreed with the Prime Minister about getting these about jailing the kids if they can't, if the parents can't get them under control. He's right. She's right.
Yep.
This Gatsby Dolly saying that she built schools. What 200 and something schools she built?
Waste of time.
Waste of time. They squandered it.
Waste of time.
And they're coming to deny everything. The AG, I hope he buried them. I hope he called names and exposed everything. Past PNM ministers getting money.
Yep.
While the poor Trinidad and Tobago people starving.
Yeah.
Pass. And then Beckles said that they're gonna bring some hidden gems of ministers. They're gonna bring some hidden ones. We're gonna bring for their internal election, and they're gonna bring some people up on to get re-elected and blah blah blah. Weak. Tired of them.
Yep. Weak.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Have a great night.
Bless.
You too.
Yeah. Listen to the Prime Minister at the beginning, eh? Listen to the Prime Minister. Listen to this. Boy, Penny, you're weak, Penny, weak. Weak penny.
Member for Arima.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Speaker. To the Honorable Prime Minister, in the light of reports that an unauthorized adult male allegedly gained access.
So, folks, this is the one question
that the
Speaker allowed in the Parliament. This is the one question. You hear? And watch how the Prime Minister hit she for 12, 2 sixes in one ball.
To the compound of the Santa Rosa Government Primary School on June the 2nd, 2025, and was involved in sexual assault of multiple children. Will the Prime Minister inform the country on measures to improve security in schools? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Madam Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It is my honor and privilege to engage in this House today in my first ever Prime Minister's questions in this new dispensation. I am very happy that the member for Rima has found her voice to talk about children, raising concerns about security for children in our schools. We all know that the honourable member, sat in a cabinet for 5 years, and I'm not aware of any questions being raised, concerns, or measures being proposed by the honourable member or her cabinet to effectively deal with that.
What a nice, smooth delivery. Tommy, that delivery day, I feel, which one of them fast bowlers make that night? Now, that'll be a nice, smooth, Colin Croft or Andy Roberts or Joel Garner delivery, man. Nice and smooth, and hit she for 12. 12. Let me go back. Go ahead.
And I first ever Prime Minister's questions in this new dispensation. I am very happy that the member for Rima has found her voice to talk about children, raising concerns about security for children in our schools. We all know that the honourable member, sat in a cabinet for 5 years, and I'm not aware of any questions being raised, concerns, or measures being proposed by the honourable member or her cabinet to effectively deal with that. Mr. Speaker, the government has moved rapidly to engage a new Commissioner of Police. And if we listened yesterday to the Commissioner of Police, the Commissioner is very much on spot about how we can help deal with security in schools, violence in our schools. This has been plaguing the system for many, many years. And therefore, what I would say is we do have a plan. We do have a program to work with our police officers. During our campaign, we talked about deploying police officers in schools to assist with security in the schools. We talked about other measures to help with that. In this particular instance, Mr. Speaker, I am advised by the Minister of Education and the Minister of Education that social workers and consultants would conduct sessions regarding trauma sustained during that particular incident. And of course, we are reviewing the current security protocols at that school and all schools in the country. More information as we go into this debate, the Minister of Education will provide policy initiatives by this government to deal with the issue of security at our nation's schools. I thank you.
Oh, God. You know, I'm telling all you, it's professionals against amateurs. That's what it is. Professionals against amateurs. That's exactly what it is. Nothing else more. Look at that. As a matter of fact, Rajesh just said, that was a spin ball. KPB spin it around on them. Yeah, Rajesh. Rajesh, I go take that. That was a spin ball. Yeah. That was a spin one. That one like was come from Inshan Ali boy. Or Rafik Jumadeen. Yeah. Rafik Jumadeen boy. Short, hey, Batman says short run up, deadly pace. But folks, let me get a little more. Let me go to the finance minister. I want you all to listen to this. This is what the financial guru woman to play. So I'll go play.
Tanku says the current administration has been forced to supplement the former government's budget, calling it the latest chapter in the PNM's long history of serial under-budgeting. Sonalala has the latest on Mr. Tanku's maiden mid-year budget review presentation.
This mid-year package, Mr. Speaker, is the clean-up bill.
Minister of Finance Devendranath Tanku's first foray into leading the economy in the parliament said the new administration has had no choice but to clean up the mess left behind.
Today, the government is compelled to seek an additional $3,143,983,761 in supplementary funding, not because of unforeseen crises, but because the former government intentionally under-budgeted for critical expenditure, knowing fully well that the bills will come due.
Painting a picture of the current state of the economy, Minister Tanku did not hold back.
Mr. Speaker, the last 10 years of PNM rule has been a decade of debt, 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 DEATH, and destruction for all of Trinidad and Tobago, except for the friends, family, and...
Well, they hear that? Debt, and destruction. 3 Ds. Yep. That's the legacy of the PNM for the past 10 years. Legacy.
Finances of the PNM. They spent a decade blaming Kamla.
He pointed to a 20% contraction in the economy since 2015, 48,000 lost jobs, and a 50% drop in net foreign exchange reserves.
Net foreign exchange holdings have dropped by 50% under the PNM, from 10.5 US billion to 5.3 US billion today. Today, Mr. Speaker, Trinidad and Tobago has a mere 7.5 months of import cover. We have foreign exchange to only last this country 7.5 months of imports.
The finance minister also turned to issues regarding tax evasion.
For the last decade, the PNM deliberately sabotaged the Board of Inland Revenue, refusing to provide resources so that this country, this BIR, could pursue tax evaders effectively, Mr. Speaker, allowing big businesses to pocket $10 billion illegally every year.
He made mention of the value of half the country's annual budget being unverified in the Auditor General's report.
You will find over $30 billion in expenditure that was unverified, could not be allocated.
$30 billion. Did he say 30 billion, Tommy?
That's what I thought I heard.
No. Let me hear that again.
$30 billion in expenditure that was unverified, could not be allocated, were not presented for audit, or were not placed in the vote books in 2024. $30 billion, that's half of the annual expenditure of this country, Mr. Speaker. That is alarming. And that is why they were so intent on not releasing the Auditor General's report, Mr. Speaker.
The finance minister also pegged the oil price at US $66 per barrel and the US $5 per MMBTU.
The 2025 budget was predicated on an average oil price of $77.80 US per barrel and a natural gas price of US 3.59 per MMBTU. Our estimation for oil and gas prices to the end of fiscal year 2025 is $66 US per barrel and $5 US per MMBTU. With this and other adjustments, we anticipate a decrease in total revenue of $556.7 billion, with an overall resultant fiscal deficit for 2025 of $9.67 billion.
The increase in proposed expenditure sees the Office of the Prime Minister with $128 million, the THA with $32.7 million, National Security $13.9 million, The Ministry of Attorney General and Legal Affairs, 89.5 million. Education, 296 million. Health, 728.5 million. Energy and Energy Industries, 1.3 billion. The Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government, 122.1 million. The Ministry of Works and Transport, 266.3 million. And Digital Transformation, 10 million. Sonolala, TTT News.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Yeah?
Yep.
Where the PNM? The PNM mash up the country, boy. They mash it up. They mash it up. But don't worry. The UNC is here. Don't worry, folks. The UNC is here. We'll build it back. We'll build it back. How does it, Tommy? Stone by stone or rock by rock? Or
Brick by
concrete
brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Yeah. We go build it back brick by brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing quotes and send your closing voice notes. But we go build it back. We have to build it back. We don't have a choice, you know. We do not have a choice. The work has to be done. It must be done. What the PNM have done to this country in the past 10 years, I don't even know what else to say. Really, I don't know what else to say.
It has to be fixed. It has to be fixed.
Tommy, I don't even want to get into what the former Prime Minister Stuart Young said in the cabinet with respect to John Jeremy. But John Jeremy took him on and hit him for 12 to it.
He's disrespectful.
I want to play this. This is our message from Penelope to Brian Manning. I want to play this one for you. Let me play this one real quick before we go. Listen to this one, folks. This is our message to Brian Manning from his political leader. Take a listen to this.
Well, you don't just get up and talk for the sake of talking.
I have reliable information that those on the other side have reached their hands into the HSF, but they haven't announced it to the people of this country, Mr. Speaker.
You know what the leader says? Let me repeat that. Listen to what Penelope Becker says. Listen to this.
Well, you don't just get up and talk for the sake of talking.
I have reliable information that those on the other side have reached their hands into the HSF, but they haven't announced it to the people of this country, Mr. Speaker.
The constant resort to reliable information is something that has me concerned. If you're going to represent to the House that the information you have seen it, you rely on it, and there must be a reason why you rely on it, I'm going to allow you to continue. But I take that as a representation that you hold to.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I retract. What I'm saying to those on the other side.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Brian Manning, stop making a fool of yourself. Huh? Stop making a fool of yourself. Oh, Caribbean Soul say, the Prime Minister run-up was Malinga. You remember Malinga from Sri Lanka, right? Yeah. He used to sling the ball. Yeah, Malinga. That was the run-up, Malinga. So, folks, I'm telling you, Tommy is professional against amateurs.
Correct. And you tend to think after all the time they spent in there, they would have had good sense or known better.
But Tommy, like, they ain't learn nothing, boy. They ain't learn at all, unorthodox, James Owlett says. They ain't learn nothing. Yeah? And they continue to be confuffled. Yeah, confuffled. Because they bring nothing to the table. But to me, it's interesting though. What's interesting is that there are so many people now watching the Parliament channel. Why all the thing that is? Why? All in a sudden, people like yours truly watching the Parliament channel, watching it for hours. Just imagine that. Who sing that song? Just imagine Trinidad on fire. The world on fire. That's Iowa, right?
Yep.
The people want water.
Yeah, the one Kamala.
The people want Kamala. The people want Kamala. Just imagine Trinidad on fire. The people on fire. The people want Kamala. The people want. Yeah. I remember that one. Oh God, folks.
It's that time. It's almost that time.
Yeah, it is a good thing that the government of Trinidad and Tobago is in good hands with the Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Busesa. And every time they come to the Parliament, they come in with issues that have been accomplished, promises that have been made, that have been accomplished, and we could have never said this for the previous regime. And yes, you know what? In my estimation, it were a bunch of bandits. Yeah, a bunch of bandits. Yeah, I said it. But folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We're going to take that break. Don't forget. Send your closing voice notes. Put your closing quotes in the chat. Right? And we'll be right back after this. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Fire! 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 Fire!
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Folks, don't forget, whenever you come in, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can always reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And as the professor said, don't forget to share the live.
You're tuned to WZYE, the heartbeat of unfiltered truth. We're more than a station, we're a movement, grounded in facts, driven by integrity, committed to progress. We don't chase headlines, we create them. Decoding politics and current affairs to question power, not cozy up to it. From Laventille to Scarborough, whether you're in your living room or your commute, this is where perspectives collide, divides dissolve, and tomorrow's conversations start today. WZYE, we originate, not imitate.
That is something we truly mean. Let me play these two voice notes before I go. I missed these.
I have a few voice notes.
Yeah.
You know, all that money that they pay lawyers, they pay lawyers, they can take some of that money and pay the
divers.
The people who died, the family.
Yeah. Correct is right.
That is pipeline. The family, they can pay some of that money. Structure promised before election to pay them $1 million each. I want to know what Scotland do with the money. You know? By how wicked these people are. By how wicked these people are. No, the attorney general to take money out of what they put to pay Rowley friends and them, and pay the the people who died in pipeline, the family, that money. You see? By how wicked these people are. And then comment that once that crap. You know? Still think she'll go and hang himself. You know? No shame. Plus penny beckers. There's a penny got turned to a cent. Don't worry.
Oh, good. Tommy, go ahead.
You have a few.
Three things to take away from the midterm budget. One, tell Mr. Jeremy that not too long ago the question was asked about you giving your friends and them, your lawyer friends and them this set of money. And the response was, so who you want me to give? My enemies? And that was a good response. Next one. The kind of promises that were made, and they didn't have money. So that supplementary is a good opportunity now to get money because you have these promises to honor. That is two. And last but not least, you make these promises. You didn't check the cupboard to see how much rice it have, if it have oil, if it have flour. But you promise that you will make pizza, you will make roti, you will make bake, everybody will eat and everybody will belch and they will be happy. Eh? You want more? Let me know.
All right, let me have more.
The fake pastor come yesterday, bring a boy who was working with Paris and them in some of this reform business, right? The local government reform. Now the fella have a contract, right? It lasting up to this month. You see about 110 or 14 more of them, right? 115 of them. So he come and he say that how he job gonna end this month and that how he know he gonna find work. So he tried to blame the UNC for this now. But the boy says that you're on a contract. So if your contract is a year and it's up, I don't see how the UNC fire you, you know. Say, Pastor, you release a notice man, you know. You bring the boy to ridicule himself there because the boy in the beginning said he was on a contract and the contract ending this month. So I can see what this is the UNC problem because them didn't embrace that local election reform business, right? Like PNM business. So Roxon fake pastor, Roxon is foolish talk. Because that's how they can come with. That's a nonsense and rhetoric. Uncle Tommy, the fake pastor, say that how the reason why England and them have strict visa restrictions on people in Trinidad and denying black people from going across there is because the UNC, when they come in power, plenty of people will want to leave the country and leave and go as refugee. And I want to safeguard it, them and the states and all that. But I want to ask that dumb fool if when the PNM was in power, people wasn't doing that. They was trying to take advantage of the people borders and go inside it, especially England, and England stopped that. Who's the ones go up there and seeking amnesty and all of that? Eh? That before and the PNM comes up and that's when they put the restrictions, not the UNC. So another sort of fake news they come with again, boy. Have a good day, gentlemen.
You have any more?
Let me just check here and see what's in this one here. Yeah, we got something here.
Okay.
opposition members get so used to lying, following their leader, that it comes like natural to them now.
That's the last one.
Okay, Roger says, how they will check the cupboard when you wasn't even in the kitchen. Gordon Georgian, go sleep now, boy. So, folks, here's my closing quote. My closing comment.
Good morning, Lord. Today is Thursday, Father, June 19th. Today, I don't want to go through this day like any other. I want to feel your care, see your hand guiding me, feel your comfort in my uncertainties, and sense your presence in every step I take, from the smallest moments to the biggest challenges. I need strength for what I can't face alone, peace for the thoughts that try to steal my focus, and courage to move forward even when I don't understand everything that's happening around me. Father, reach the places in my life where only your love can touch. Renew what is tired, lift what feels weak, and bring life back to the dreams I left behind along the way. Let this Thursday be the beginning of something new. Open the right doors, bring the right answers, surprise my day with your work, and make what once seemed distant start to happen in ways I never imagined. If necessary, redirect my steps and protect me from paths that are not yours. But please, Lord, don't let me walk alone, not even for a second. Renew my faith, lift my spirit, and fill this day with hope, peace, strength, and new beginnings that only you can give. In Jesus' name, amen.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall say that's all. The clock on the wall say that's all. I like to say what I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Happy life consists not in the absence, but in the mastery of hardships. This is from Helen Keller. Also, life is a wide, limitless. There's no border, no frontiers. That's from Bruce Lee. Like I always say, you have to become the change you want to see. You, Mister in the mirror. But if you're looking at the mirror and you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. If I look down on a person, unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Stay safe. Enjoy your holidays. We'll see each other, God willing, on Sunday. Till then, good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Let me have a closing comment here.
I have some voice notes coming in now.
You have voice notes?
Yeah, 2 just came in. Let me see what they say.
Go ahead.
Gordon Georgian, people go eat and belch, but you flatulating on the airwave here. What part about supplementary budget you all don't understand, boy? This budget is just to carry the government into the real budget in October, September, October. So, what you don't understand that the woman cannot give anybody anything out of this budget. She just has to carry the government until the real budget call in September, October. Get that too. Let's take call now, man. Gosh.
I think that's it.
Okay. Let me play this one.
No, there's one more.
Hold on.
Hi, closing comments.
Let me play this one. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hi, closing comments. It is difficult to be honest if you sign up to be an associate member of the 6.5, it's going to be extremely difficult, because anytime you step out and say, well, look, boy, I had to be honest with this. Boy, the next 5.5 coming down on you as a ton of bricks. So I understand how the system goes. All right? Because everybody and their brother know, including some of them who sitting down in the nice house, that there were good things that were done. Good things. But the painting a picture of everything was bad. Everything was bad. Even now, the salary that they are getting. And you know how I know it was good? They want to deal with one man only. But they're not dealing with them only. They want to deal with Mr. Stuart Young own. But they're not prepared to deal with their own. So as if only he is illegitimate because he was one day. So because of that, take away he own. But listen, you stand up and you oppose it going. So you going and go through the legal means to take away what that man getting. But you couldn't go through the legal means to take away what you stood up against. Huh? And you on the campaign train talking about this way give yourself, this way give yourself. This time you get everybody that 900 of them. You know. They call it guerrilla. And praise the Lord before you go to bed. Good night.
You know, that is such dumbology, eh?
So it's so disingenuous when we're talking about one aspect, which is the $1 million pension for less than a month work.
Tommy, I can't understand how that fella that say he's a Bible pumping Christian, eh? And you had to be reading a different type of Bible, boy.
Yeah, but you had to be a thinking human.
Oh, all right, Tommy. Correct is right. I think he's sitting down where he's supposed to be.
Supposed to be a thinking human, and the focus is on one aspect.
Tommy, the SRC is the one. The Parliament is the one who deals with Stuart Young salary. Anyway, it make no sense. Yeah, you know, sometimes people say it's better to keep your mouth shut and make people think you're a fool than to open it and confirm it. I'll leave it there. James Howlett says, stop smoking. It's so easy. I have done it 1,000 times. Mark Twain.
I have one more closing voice note.
Or keep going, they both heard. All right, go ahead, play.
Let's play.
I agree with Rajesh. They weren't in the kitchen, so how they could check the cupboards. Everybody wants to know where the money coming from. But daily, the UNC is finding more and more debts. What is she to do when she make those promises? She didn't know this was going to be the position. Let them sit and wait for when she could solve all their problems and keep themselves quiet.
Okay.
All right. Rajendra says, take time to think. It is the source of power. Take time to play. It is the secret of perpetual youth. Take time to pray. It is the greatest power on earth. Take time to love and be loved. It is the way of God. How come God don't put them kind of quotes, boy? Semantic 62. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. David Brinkley. Yeah. Monica Ramke soon says, the Lord bless and keep you, turn towards you, make his face shine on you and give you peace. Psalm 91, PS 27 in Jesus. Amen. I know what PS. Caribbean Soul says, the difference between school and life In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. And like you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. You know, Caribbean Soul, I don't think that fella who just give that closing comment, they know the difference, you know. That's a good one. Batman says, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Oh, listen, all these quotes for Gordon Dryden. Mr. Intellectual closing comment. The man who uses another one. The man who uses the scripture to justify the evil they perpetrated on people and support others who do it is no better than the devil. Oh God, look. Will you stop sending them things for the man? Please.
I know about assault.
What, boy? You think it easy? Gen Z Paul says, to rebuild our nation, we need courage, unity, and action, not just promises. Brick by brick, heart by heart, we rise together stronger than before. Santa Cruz says, once the rainy season is over, an umbrella becomes a burden to everyone. That's how loyalty ends when benefits stop. Not every smile is genuine. Inspirational quote. Yeah. The Cyberstream 666. Everybody be safe, be smart. Don't be lured by the PNM regime and break your stride. We're on the healing process. We're on a healing process. Won't happen in a blink, but it will happen. Bless you all. James Howlett says, have you ever noticed people with nothing often reach out to help quicker than those who have everything? Yeah. Okay. Tommy Muhammad says, it's that the UNC has to make former PNM ministers make a jail for stealing our public purse. Susan Lalchan says, life is so beautiful. 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute will never come again. So just trust in the Lord and be happy. Have a wonderful night and God bless. I wanted to read this. Robin says, my takeaway from yesterday's sitting, 1 billion spent on AG office alone, over 10 times the PNM raid the HSF fund and never put a dime in it. Run on the eve of, no, I don't want that. Run on the eve of election and gave contracts and open fisheries that was not conducive to working conditions. So folks, we are going to see you on Sunday. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend. Paul the girl says, Kamala and the new government will generate the funds to fulfill her promises. That's it. So folks, we are out of here. We see you on Sunday. On Sunday Talk, let's talk politics between 1 to 4 p.m. Later. Bye-bye.
Hey, hey, oi, oi. Hey, hey, oi, oi. In Trinidad and Tobago, politics was we and them. That was never meant to be so, according to the anthem. But ethnic insecurity was maintained to divide us by some people in the country to sow the seeds of distrust. But we have got a new system within the community. Now what used to be we and them has now become only we. From now on this nation is we. From now on it is you and I. From now on it is unity. From now on we flying high. All the races have come together to build a better country and create a brighter future for the whole society. The we and them thing is no more, because it is plain to see in this country from shore to shore the community is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. India, and some came from Africa. Look today, their descendants are here, coexisting together. There are others who came here too, the Chinese, Syrians and such. Native people are just a few in this land that we love so much. But the politics of the day and the love for a party cause people to begin to say, them is them and we is we. From now on this country is we. From now on we all shall be one. From now on that's how it shall be. From now on all division done. As today united we stand, the people of Trinbago, one country, one nation, one island. Chutney Pan and Calypso, it's Trinidad and Tobago, better known as TNT, and we want the whole world to know we see ourselves as we. No more we and them from now